Turning from high school now to college. Some schools are still gearing up for the first day of classes next week. And this year, there's even more for students to think about, like losing a big chunk of change if they have to withdraw because of the pandemic. That's why many students are opting for tuition insurance if they get sick. Amy Wadas explains how it works, new at 7:30.
Obviously I'm thrilled we're going back to school, but it's a risk.
A risk Gregory Westfall feels is worth taking, but not without some extra added protection. The Fort Worth, Texas native is going into his sophomore year at Allegheny College.
When they released their refund policy, their tuition refund policy, they actually mentioned that tuition insurance was covering COVID.
Allegheny College says it will follow its current refund policy and prorate charges if a student has to take a leave of absence, including for COVID-19. That policy continues until 60% of the semester has been completed. After that, no refunds are allowed.
The first thing we like to tell students and families is make sure you know and understand your school's refund policy, because maybe they're making an exception for COVID. Maybe they have really stellar refunds. Really, since coronavirus became a pandemic in the spring, interest has taken off.
GradGuard partners with 350 colleges across the country, but they say you don't have to go to a partner school to get coverage. And this fall, especially, Natalie Tarrant-Jolie says having insurance could pay off with the new coronavirus coverage option.
A student would have to be ill with COVID and have a note from a doctor saying you're better off leaving school and going home. That means completing a medical withdrawal, getting a W on your transcript, and withdrawing from school.
GradGuard will refund deposits, housing, academic fees, and tuition. It doesn't cover things like the school deciding to shift to online-only classes or a student opting out of in-person learning after the start of the semester.
The pandemic, it's something scary that needs to be taken seriously. And while I want to, I can't implicitly trust all my fellow students to follow best health guidelines and to keep the rest of the school safe.
There are other tuition insurance companies students can choose from, like AWG DeWar, which partners with Carnegie Mellon. KDKA never heard back from DeWar to see if it offers a COVID coverage plan for its students. And Liberty Mutual, which does not offer a COVID coverage option. Like Allegheny College, CMU says students who take a leave of absence or withdraw from school before completing 60% of the semester will have their tuition prorated. The amount due would be based on the number of days the student actually completed. Students can enroll in a tuition insurance policy up until the first day of classes. For more information on tuition refund policies at colleges and universities in our area, you can head to our website, KDKA.com. Amy Wadas, KDKA News.